Starmer wants to get on with Trump, even after all the things that they've said about him. He recognises Trump is the guy.
On international issues that matter to the United Kingdom, quite a lot of movement, whether it's going to be on trade policy and his beloved tariffs.
Trump's threatening 20% tariffs, the UK economy's flatlining, and Starmer's caught in the middle. It's a perfect storm that could sink the UK's economic ship. But is there a way out? In the next few minutes, we'll break down the Trump-Starmer showdown, explore the potential economic fallout, and reveal the surprising moves Starmer might make to save the day.
The International Monetary Fund, based here in Washington, says new tariffs may deliver growth, but with the risk of a downturn to follow.
Of Donald Trump, but does a part of you have a grudging respect for his vision of a golden age, a kind of an America that can do absolutely anything?
Spoiler alert, it involves a secret meeting at Trump Tower. Picture this: Keir Starmer pacing nervously in his office, his brow furrowed as he pores over the latest economic forecasts. The looming threat of Trump's tariffs hangs over him like a dark cloud, and he's desperately trying to figure out how to navigate this treacherous economic terrain.
More broadly, under Biden, the economy has grown. As one analyst puts it, success for the Trump administration,
where there is a joint US and UK military base.
Well, Donald Trump's not happy. The president-elect is...
The UK economy is already on shaky ground. Growth is stagnant, inflation is biting, and now Trump's threatening to throw a wrench in the works with his tariffs. It's enough to give any politician sleepless nights, but for Starmer, it's a potential nightmare scenario. Here's where things get really interesting. Some political analysts are saying Starmer's caught between a rock and a hard place. Should he kowtow to Trump's demands and risk looking weak? Or should he stand his ground and potentially trigger an economic crisis? It's a classic damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. But hold on a minute. Remember that hush-hush meeting at Trump Tower? The one where Starmer and Trump had a little tete-a-tete? Well, that might just be Starmer's ace in the hole.
And he moves on. So there is a strong relationship, it seems, between Keir Starmer and Donald Trump. They've met, they had that famous dinner in New York.
And reignite explosive economic growth.
Inflation was high under Biden, but it came down.
During that meeting, Starmer emphasized the importance of personal relationships on the world stage. It was a clever move, really. By establishing a good rapport with Trump, Starmer might have given himself some wiggle room in these negotiations. Now let's talk numbers. A 20% tariff isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's a potential economic catastrophe. We're talking billions of pounds here, folks. That's not the kind of hit the UK economy can easily absorb, especially when it's already struggling to find its footing. But here's where it gets really intriguing. While some sectors of the UK economy might take a beating from these tariffs, others could actually benefit. The technology and research industries, for instance, might find themselves in a surprisingly advantageous position. It's like a high-stakes game of economic chess, with some pieces being sacrificed while others make unexpected moves.
Defended the world from tyranny and worked towards our mutual security and prosperity. With President Trump's long-standing affection,
Donald Trump's golden age has begun, with orders to send US troops to its Mexican border, drill all the nation's oil, and issue pardons for...
So, what does all this mean for UK businesses? Well, it's not as straightforward as you might think. Some could crumble under the weight of these tariffs, unable to compete in a suddenly hostile market. Others, however, might find themselves thriving, using the new economic landscape to their advantage. But let's not forget the bigger picture here. This isn't just about pounds and pence. It's about the UK's standing on the world stage. How Starmer handles this situation could have far-reaching consequences for for Britain's global influence.
Signing a couple of hundred executive orders on day one. Normally an incoming president does one or two, or maybe absolute maximum 8 or 9.
Back in the headlines again because Sir Keir Starmer's deal has been delayed over, well, a whole host of reasons really, but it's...
Will he be seen as a pushover, caving to Trump's demands, or will he emerge as a savvy negotiator, able to protect UK interests while maintaining a crucial alliance? As Keir Starmer grapples with the economic fallout of Trump's potential tariffs, an even thornier issue looms on the horizon. The UK's global influence hangs in the balance, and Starmer finds himself navigating a diplomatic minefield where his own foreign secretary once called Trump a tyrant in a toupee. Talk about awkward dinner conversation. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Starmer's been playing nice, even popping over to Trump Tower for a cozy chat about the importance of personal relationships on the world stage. It's all smiles and handshakes for the cameras, but behind closed doors, you can bet there's more than a little tension.
The United Kingdom and the United States will work together to ensure the success of both our countries and deliver for people.
Donald Trump says he'll increase taxes, known as tariffs, on imports from some of America's biggest trading partners.
Here's where things get really interesting. While Starmer's busy trying to charm Trump, he's also got to keep an eye on the bigger picture. Take Ukraine, for instance. The UK's been a staunch supporter since Russia decided to play invader, but Trump? Well, he's been making noises about cutting support faster than you can say, "Make America Great Again." If Trump follows through on his threats, where does that leave the UK? Stuck between a rock and a hard place, that's where. Starmer's got to somehow balance standing up to Russia with keeping Trump sweet. It's like trying to juggle flaming torches while walking a tightrope. One wrong move, and it all goes up in flames. But wait, there's more. What about NATO? Trump's never been its biggest fan, viewing it more as a piggy bank than a crucial alliance. Could Starmer find himself in the unexpected role of NATO's defender?
Raised tariffs in his first term, and studies found consumer prices for some products went up. That could happen again.
Just on the issue of dealing with the UK and with a Labour government, is it going to be rough going, do you think?
It's not exactly what he signed up for when he took the job, but then again, neither was dealing with a US president who thinks international relations are just another episode of The Apprentice. Professor Sam Green from King's College London puts it bluntly, if Trump decides to pull back support for Ukraine, it could be disastrous for American national security and broader interests. But here's the kicker, it could be even worse for the UK. Starmer's got to somehow convince Trump that supporting Ukraine isn't just the right thing to do. It's in America's best interest too. Good luck with that one, Keir. And let's not forget about the folks back home.
Different members of the Labour team have said various things in the past about Donald Trump. Donald Trump has said things about other people over the years.
Signpost to what's happening and whether or not the Democrats are in serious, serious trouble. They are in Virginia and New Jersey.
Sadiq Khan, the Labour mayor of London, isn't exactly thrilled about Trump's return to the White House. He's worried about what it means for democracy, women's rights, and the future of NATO. It's a sentiment shared by many Londoners, and Starmer can't afford to ignore it. But how does he balance domestic concerns with international diplomacy? It's like trying to please everyone at a family dinner. Practically impossible.
So the Democrats need a policy and a strategy of time and patience, in my view.
As Trump's return to the White House looms, the UK political landscape is bracing for impact. A recent poll reveals a mixed bag of reactions among MPs, with some welcoming the former president's comeback, while others express deep concern. The implications for UK politics and the potential diplomatic minefield awaiting Keir Starmer are causing sleepless nights in Westminster. But it's not just politicians feeling the heat. The British public is divided, with a significant portion anxious about what Trump's presidency might mean for democracy and women's rights. It's a stark reminder that the special relationship between the UK and US isn't just about cozy photo ops and shared history. It's a complex dance of diplomacy that affects real people's lives. As Starmer prepares to face off with Trump, he's walking a tightrope. How will he balance the need for strong US-UK ties with the pressure to stand up for British values?
To revive the non-dom tax status amid fears that more millionaires are going to leave.
Let's talk to political commentators.
The coming months will be a test of Starmer's political acumen and his ability to navigate the choppy waters of international relations. One thing's certain: the UK's global standing hangs in the balance, and the world is watching.